So I just watched the first episode of Chainsaw Man, and these are my thoughts on the first episode. Keep in mind that these are going to be basically just thoughts thrown out there. There's not going to be much of a script in this video. It's going to be just me kind of rambling about my thoughts on it. And if you like me giving my thoughts on anime like this, I might do more. Just let me know in the comments. Like the video, stuff like that. Just let me know you guys want me to talk more about Chainsaw Man and other anime in the future. So my first thoughts on the episode is very, very fucking pretty. I should probably get into one quick detail. I don't watch anime sub at all. I've read the Chainsaw Man manga, so I know all the context and stuff like that, but I genuinely cannot keep up with subtitles because I'm dyslexic and legally blind. So I usually stay away from subtitled anime and just wait for it to get dubbed. But in the case of Chainsaw Man, I had to get on this because it looked really good and I was really excited and I already know the context and what they're saying. And I thought it was great. I didn't miss much because I've read the manga, so I know everything is going on. And I know what they're saying. It's fucking pretty, man. Like I can't get over how pretty it fucking is. Like the models used in the anime are essentially mergers of 3D and 2D. So parts of Denji are apparently 2D and parts of Denji are apparently 3D. I cannot tell you how that works because I am not a 3D modeler, but it looks good. There are certain parts of the anime where it doesn't look all that good. Certain parts, like small bits, not that bad. But there are certain times when I'm like, oh, you could have cleaned that up a little better. It's not that much of a negative, honestly. But if you're not looking for it, you're probably not gonna notice it. I think the amount of detail they put into like Denji's story as well. They pretty much took the manga exactly point for point and did it well. Like Denji in the first episode, how they focused really hard on just how incredibly poor this kid is. This kid had his father leave him with such insane debt, and essentially he's a slave to the mafia. Or not the mafia, the Yakuza, and he has to live off of like $1 a day basically, which that's just not possible. Like, at least it is, I guess. Well, it is, but it's not something that you're gonna be happy about. And more or less his main dream currently in the first episode is he wants to eat bread with jam, and that's so fucking sad. The thing is this is the thing about Chainsaw Man. It's Denji's backstory and the shit he has had to go through is so depressing to the point where it's borderline comical. Because he literally sold his eye, his kidney, his nuts, and he has to live off of $1 a day. He's got a chainsaw dog as a pet that he had to make a deal with when they first met so he can actually survive. He's enslaved to the fucking Yakuza. His father left him an insane amount of debt. That's to a point of like, it's almost funny, which is how incredibly unlucky this kid is. At least I think, which is kind of probably fucked up more on my part. But like, he's got so many bad things going for him. It's really sad. He's got such a depressing life. And even in this episode, like, he realizes that he's got his mother's heart disease and he's probably gonna die. And it's like, listen, I love dark humor, so this is just, when I first read the manga, just saw how incredibly unlucky Denji actually is. I did start laughing because, like, it's to a point of insanity, just like how unlucky this kid is. But overall, it works really well with what they're doing in the story, because essentially Denji doesn't understand the value of things, so his only current dream is to get bread and jam. By the end of the episode, he's offered by Mapama, I keep forgetting how to say her name, the red-haired lady with a nice ass.
Holy shit.
She offers him breakfast, essentially, and she has to kill him as a demon, or in her words, keep him as a human, which just... the way she said that at the end of the episode is very telling. Keep him as a human. That's very telling. That's all I'll say. The funny thing is about Denji is also he's got layers of like bits of intelligence in there too. Like when they offer him a cigarette for some money, he takes it, gets the money, spits out the cigarette. And that small bits of like characterization for Denji throughout the episode is really good. Denji's desperate for money, but he's not entirely stupid. And I love that scene because it lets you know that he's desperate, needs money, but he's not an idiot. Or at least he's not entirely an idiot. Also, the fight in the first episode with Denji after he merges with his dog, Demon Chainsaw, is pretty good. I think the amount of violence and gore in this is actually interesting because, like, these did censor one thing I noticed, and it's the scene where Denji is getting killed by the zombies, and they don't show the part in the manga where his head gets cut in half. That was taken out. However, all the gore when Denji's killing all of the zombies and all of the murdering stuff like that, that's all kept in, baby. And I feel like a lot of anime need to start doing this more, because I really want to see anime that's uncensored. Because violence and certain themes in certain stories need to be kept to actually preserve the original like intent of the story. So, for example, Berserk, I feel like Berserk itself should never be censored. As fucked up as Berserk can be, that's part of the story. And in Chainsaw Man's case, while there's like that one spot of like censorship when he didn't cut his head in half, the majority of it is uncensored and it's done very, very well. And there's so much fucking gore, dude. It's so good. And it helps with the horror aspect of Chainsaw Man. Because for those who don't know, Chainsaw Man's writer loves movies. That's why the intro of the anime, which by the way, the fucking intro, it has so many movie references because the writer loves movies. And he loves having references in the anime and the manga referencing to movies. And it's shown a lot. Also, the outro is really good too. So the intro and the outro of this anime are like fucking fantastic. I'm ready to give Chainsaw Man's intro like intro of the year for this anime. That's how good it is. That's how awesome. I love it. Denji's Chainsaw Dog Demon. I love his design so much that I actually this morning ordered a plushie on Amazon, and I'm gonna have it next to my other plushies over there. That's gonna be a thing I'm gonna be doing later. I can't wait for it to get. It should be here by Friday, so I'm excited. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the first episode of Chainsaw Man. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, all that stuff. Let me know if you guys want me to talk more about Chainsaw Man in the future. If you want me to talk about episode 2 when it comes out, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video.